What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here getting my 10,000 steps in for the day. I'm gonna jump right into this one, man. I seen a woman crashing out in DR behind getting a pineapple daiquiri. Ridiculousness. Oh, man. Now, you guys know, I think you guys know how I feel about this one. Sisters, I love y'all, but this is just another example of sisters going to various places and just showing they behind, acting like they just have no decorum, no class, just no self-respect. Now, there's a guy who was there. He offers some context to what happened. For those of you who haven't seen it, the video picks up where the woman is yelling at the guy. She's on one of those like floating rafts. She's yelling at the guy. She's throwing all of his stuff into the water. Now, this wasn't the ocean. It looked like it might have been some sort of pool area or something. It was pretty shallow. Because after she's done throwing his stuff, she tries to then jump from the floaty device up to a platform where her friends were. I have no idea why she thought this would work. That she was going to jump, they were going to catch her arms, and they were going to pull her up. Because the people who she jumped for look like women. And women just don't have upper body strength like that. Even if these were men, they may not have been able to pull her up just simply by her weight jerking down as they're grabbing her arms. She probably, was wearing some sort of lotion or something too, some sort of oil. So this was not a good idea that looked like it would have worked in any capacity. But she falls into the water. You can see the water is shallow. She goes, walking away. Apparently, she feel like she got overcharged or mischarged some sort of way for those pineapple daiquiris and went into crash out mode. The guy who was telling the story says that she paid with an American Express. I thought she might have paid with cash, but according to him, she paid with a card. I definitely wouldn't have been tripping if I paid with no card. He said he told her just dispute the charges, and she said, no, I'm not going to go out like that. Y'all, I'm at a point in my life where certain things I'm just not going to do. I'm not going to engage in stuff like that. I'm not about to be crashing out in DR or anywhere else. I'm not crashing out in my own country. I'm not doing crash outs. We passed the age of that. This were me, personally, the dude was on that stuff, I'd have been like, okay, I'd have disputed that charge with the quick. Like, I'd have pulled out my phone and disputed that charge right then and there as fraudulent, if it truly was. I've had to do that in the past. Now, I'm picky with doing that. I'm not just going to do it for any little thing. Like, let's say I get overcharged a couple bucks. I'm not really about to trip about that. But let's say I got charged double what I'm supposed to. Okay, no. They're going to have to fix this, bro. You're going to have to cough that back up. Apparently he used a Square or something like that. I didn't know you could use those over by the water. Maybe Cash App. I don't know. But it would have to be something to use a credit card, not Cash App, because she used an American Express, according to the guy that was retelling the story who was there. Everyone was looking for her to do a story time, and there hasn't been any story time. I did notice that there hasn't been any story time. And he says that's because she is in jail. She's been arrested. She's sitting in jail over there, and they want somebody to come get her. Oh, man. Just sisters, you gotta learn that you can't misbehave everywhere you go. A lot of the behavior that I know you're used to doing here in the United States, you can't take that same bad behavior to other places. Remember not too long ago we had the the female truck driver over there in Dubai, and she raised her voice at the men over there, and they like, oh, okay, this is what we doing, huh? And they arrested her. You can't take this behavior to other places. A lot of times they're not only not used to this behavior, but they're not going to tolerate certain behaviors from women based on their cultures. They may be like, look, go back to America and be as disrespectful to the men as you want back there, but you're not going to get away with that here. That wasn't the case with her situation in DR. This was just flat out, she was damaging the guy's property. I mean, he jumped in the water and started grabbing the pineapples again. They're pineapples. They'll survive. But she ended up in jail nonetheless. I hate that this woman is in this situation, because I'm wondering, when is she going to be able to come home? Stop crashing out, period. But especially stop crashing out in other countries, man. Really, because the last thing you want to do is get in trouble and get arrested in another country. Like, really, you do not want to be bothered with that. Take your lumps. Just don't go back. If you don't like it that much, just don't go back. And it sounded like she was with a bunch of women, so this was probably some sort of, I don't know, girls trip or something like that. I hear of more bad situations that occur due to a girls trip than any other. Really. This is why a lot of women don't even want to do girls trips, because they go to these other places with other women. First off, you are more vulnerable with a bunch of women than you are with a man. You're a group of women that don't know how things work there, and there's no man in sight. That right there, you are going to be a target. Simply having a man with you is going to thwart a lot of BS. Stuff you otherwise wouldn't have to deal with. So I'm really wondering how this is going to play out, because the truck driving lady, she was in there for a little bit. She didn't come back right away. They may let her go faster than that, but she was in there right away. It's just, stop going to these places acting a fool. They are not with it. A lot of times Americans go to these other countries and they think they can behave however they want because they're spending their American dollar, and they know the American dollar goes further in these places. That's true, it does go further. But you can't go over there and treat the locals like they less than and like you above them and all that, because they'll tolerate it for a little bit as long as you paying. But when you start doing stuff like that, they're like, oh, nah, we're going to have to go ahead and get you off of the streets. If only to discourage other tourists in the area from behaving like this as well. They'll have to make an example out of you. I'm going to go ahead and get back to stepping though, y'all. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.